Hello again, my friends. It is day 5 of our new catalog video series countdown. That's a mouthful. And we are counting down the days until the new Stampin' Up! Annual catalog is released on May 6th. If you don't already know me, my name is Jen Buck. I'm with By the Shore Stamping, and we've been sharing new products for the last 5 days, or 4 days. This is the 5th day. And today I'm going to share a really great bundle. This is actually part of the online exclusives again, so it's actually not in the annual catalog, but we've got online exclusives and new catalog product launching on the same day. So I wanted to share some of those products with you this week as well, because there's lots and lots of good things. And if you watched my virtual card class from April, we did the Adventure Together. I think that's the name of that one. The Adventure Together bundle, which is also a online exclusives. And it pairs perfectly for this. So I'm super excited to use them together. But today I'm just going to do a card that they have featured online. It's got a couple of techniques that I thought I would share with you. And it's just a really cute card. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm going to turn this down. And there's a couple things I actually wanted to show you. So this is the bundle. So let me show you this first. It's called Scenic Adventure. This one has some great sentiments and just some basic images. It's really the dies that are the showpiece in this one, but I love the sentiments here too. So you've got Can't Wait to See You Again, this is all one set, but let the journey begin, let the adventure begin, so you can kind of plug in what you need. Then it's got Journey, Adventure, Just Breathe and Take It Slow, Cheers to Another, and that could be Journey or Another Adventure, and then You're Amazing. And then these really great tree images. And then, like I said, look at this. These are all bonus dies, so it doesn't necessarily coordinate with this, but you've got mountains and hills and a little campfire, a little starry night, some trees, greens, more trees, some like water, so all sorts of like landscapey type of things. So that's what this one is. And it works perfectly, like I said, with the Adventure Together bundle, which let me show you that one really quick too. So this is the one I used for my virtual card class, and it's got those cute little trees and then the camper and campfire and stuff. So I think you could use these in conjunction very easily. But today I'm just gonna focus on this one here. So let me get started. The other thing I wanted to show you too, before I get started, we're going to do some blending. But did you guys know we have blending brush holders? So I don't know if you can see that. So that it's just like a little tabletop plastic carrier. The blending brushes kind of nest right into those little holes here. And so you can keep them all really handy right on your desk, and they work for the little ones and the larger ones. So we're going to do some blending in a few minutes, but let's get started with the card base. So I've got the Secret Sea, and I'm going to go ahead and just crease that so that we have our base. I already went ahead and I cut a panel of the Secret Sea to, I think it's like 3 7/8 by 5, and then I added some pattern paper on top and die cut it with the stitched shapes dies. So it's going to create like a little window. So that's kind of what that is. There's just a lot of little steps, so I wanted to do some of it in advance. So next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a piece of white, and this is going to go underneath here. So you want to make sure it's big enough to be able to tape to this little window, but we're going to do some stamping in the middle here. So I'm going to start with the dark, I always want to call it Dark Sea. It's Secret Sea. And I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm just going to use my mini one for right now. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to just blot this off a little bit. I don't want it to be super dark. And I'm just going to start in this corner. And honestly, I could start in this very corner because we're not going to actually use, you're not really going to see this corner anyway. So I don't want it too dark, but I do want to have some of that color reflected in this corner. So I'm going to just kind of paint this up, I don't know, like probably somewhere in here. want it a little darker though, so I'm gonna just keep layering on the color. Oops, I didn't really blot it off that much, but that's okay. We won't really see that part anyway. I might go a little bit higher. There we go. All right, so that looks good, I think. So now I'm gonna switch to the Timid Tiger. So I'm using 3 of the new ink colors. So I've got Secret Sea. Now I'm gonna switch to Timid Tiger. And I'm gonna kind of do this in the middle. So we're gonna just start right down here, and I'm gonna go right across the center here. We're kind of making like a mountain sky sort of look. So we'll just blend these together. I love the blending brushes. They just make me feel like I'm professional. Do a little more of that. Blending it together so there's not like a really harsh line between the two. There we go. And then I don't really have a yellow brush, so what the good thing is once these are dry, like they don't really spread the color anymore. Not dry, but like they haven't been used in a while. So I'm gonna switch to my final color, which is the new Darling Duckling. And I'm going to just, whoops. I'm gonna use this one. I have like 4 pink blending brushes, so I'm gonna use this one for my yellow. So again, we're gonna blot it off, and then I'm gonna come up into this corner here and do some yellow. And this is pretty light, so I'm gonna put on a good coat of this so it really looks yellow. So it'll kind of give some sunset-y vibes is what we're going for. I'm gonna blend those colors right together. Go over that other one. Soften that orange up a little bit. There we go. All right, so there is our little background. Okay, and then I might actually even, before I do anything else, because I'll want it to dry, I'm gonna get a little bit of, whoops. There we go. I'm gonna get a little bit of my Wink Stella in the brush tip here. I'm just kind of squeezing it to get some color. Looks like I might need to get a new one soon. I don't know if I have. Oh, I do have another one. Let me try that one. This one seems to be kind of empty. Might be time to get rid of that one. So let's try this one. Yeah, there we go. I want some of this sparkle in the tip, and I'm just gonna kind of sparkle that all over my sky. There we go. Just add a little glitz and glamour. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but see there's a little bit of shimmer. And I probably should have done my stamping first, but we're just gonna set that aside for a minute because I do want to stamp on that. But first, we're gonna use Versamark and the Wow Opaque Bright White, which is the Stampin' Up! Basics collection of embossing powders, and we're going to take that You're Amazing and we'll use the Versamark. We're going to stamp that down on the Timid Tiger, excuse me, and then sprinkle it with the white and heat set it with your heat tool. And then through the magic of the camera, you get that foil or the white embossed effect. And then I'm going to actually fussy cut this, so that will give my paint some time to dry over there, my Wink Stella. So I'm just gonna kind of fussy cut around this, and I'm gonna go in pretty close, thinking of bubble letters, right? It's just gonna have a little bit of an orange rim around the words. There we go. Just gonna, and you can go as deep into those words as you want. I'm not going super deep this time. I'm gonna keep it kind of surface level. And go up here and around here. Like that. And we'll continue doing the little fussy cutting of the words. Now you could use the little trick where you draw an outline around the words with a pencil, like just do a bubble around the words with the pencil before you start cutting, and that just gives you kind of a guideline to cut on. It's a good little trick if you struggle to fussy cut letters like this. And we're just gonna kind of finish it off here. All right. I think we're just about there. There we go. So now I've got that "You're amazing." Now I did already cut out the little log and some fire. So those are just gonna get layered together like that. We'll use the little liquid glue to kind of pop that on top of each other and let that dry. So I'm gonna just drop a little bit of the glue there. And then we'll just put this on top like that. And this is Peach Pie, and I used Timid Tiger for the other part. And then I did cut a little mountain with the gray granite. So these are all going to be elements, whoops, on the card. But let's go back to this. I think we can go ahead and stamp on this. So now I'm going to take the Secret C, and we've got 3 different trees in this set. Now the one thing I want to keep in mind is this is going to be, some of this is going to be hidden. So I want to stamp it so that you can see everything clearly. So we're going to do right here like that as the first one. And then these two, we're going to kind of get them close up here. And it won't matter that those tree bottoms are crooked and a little low. And then we've got one that's a little smaller here. So we'll bring that one down here. And then I'm going to go, without re-inking, I'm going to go a little bit higher with this one. And then we'll do this one again, I think. Or no, actually, it's the little one. We'll do again down here. Maybe a little bit up. Like that. Okay. So we've got like a little forest there. Now, that's going to get stuck behind this. And that's smeared a little bit where that Winkostella is, so I'm gonna actually make sure it covers that. Here's my adhesive. So I'm gonna just put some adhesive on the back side of this square so that I can layer this on top, and I can layer it over a little bit so I cover that little smudge. And this part's gonna get covered too, so I want the trees to be kind of towards the top there. And then we're gonna take this little guy and we're gonna put it up here because this is gonna go over here, okay? And then we're gonna put our little fire Actually, I want this more over here, like that. And our little fire is gonna go kind of in the front here, like that. I probably shouldn't have cut that deep into the G, but it's okay. So that gives me kind of the spacing I want. So I want that kind of about there. So let me just use some regular adhesive, and we're gonna attach that right about there. And then we can put our little fire. And I think I'm gonna add some Wink Stella to the fire when I'm done. So we'll put that right about there. And then I'm gonna put this on with some dimensionals. So let's just do that. I think this is just such a fun card. Great masculine card too if you have some needs for that. I love this dark sea actually for masculine cards. It's gonna be in cloud cover. The two together just really work nicely for a more manly card, I guess. And then we'll just take these off. And we'll pop this on top here, like that. Now you could, if you wanted to get really fancy, use the little moon and stars here and die cut that out of there, but I didn't really leave a whole lot of room there, and I'm actually kind of good with where it's at. So I'm gonna just go ahead and now pop this onto this panel with some dimensionals. I'm gonna pop this one up too. So we'll cut these down a little bit. I love this stamp set. It's just so fun to play with. So many great ways to like build scenes and really lose yourself in the creation of some fun little settings with this one. And I actually took my inspiration from this. It's pretty much the same as the one that's on online with the stamp set. So when they put them in the online store, they a lot of times will put some different samples along with the stamp set, just so you can kind of see how it's used. So it's actually really good to go online and check out the options there. All right, I'm having trouble with these. I should be using my take your pick tool, I guess, because these are really stuck. I actually cut all my nails the other day too, so that doesn't help. And I also went a little overboard with the dimensionals. One, because I was talking, and two, I just don't want it to be saggy when I send this one. All right, there we go. But just think how fun this will be too to kind of use for scenes on scrapbook pages. Like you could totally use this panel as a scene on a scrapbook page, right? I think that would be really cool too. I'm gonna just add a little bit of Wink Stella to my fire. There we go. And there you have it. Super cute project. I love it. I really do. So there you have it. That is the Scenic Adventures bundle. Very cute, very fun. I hope you like this one. Let me know what you think below, and I will be back again tomorrow with some more new goodness. We're only 2 days away from the launch of the new catalog, so I of course have so many more things I could share with you, but it's a big catalog, so there'll be different things for different people, and of course we have a whole year with it, so I'll be sharing all sorts of good stuff. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my new goodies and my shares for the next catalog. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Go ahead and like this video if you did, and of course if you really want to make my day, go ahead and subscribe, and until then I will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.